Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I mostly post book and music related content. This is a huge Swiftie channel, but a while ago I posted a hair tutorial that ended up being my second most viewed video. And I'm not the most proud of that video because it literally was done in a shorts format. Because shorts limit you to 60 seconds, it's not that easy to follow. It's not like step by step. I had to speed some of the clips up, so today's video is going to be a way more comprehensive step-by-step tutorial for how I achieve my heatless TikTok bathrobe curls. I also have bangs that I'm now growing out, so I will also be showing you how to deal with those, as well as shorter bangs if you do want them in the style like I used to wear mine. So if you are interested, just keep on watching. Okay, so you're going to want to start off with completely clean hair. I've never tried this on like second day hair, but to be honest, I wash my hair every day because I work out every day and it just gets really nasty, giving very much sewer rat. This is the purple shampoo I use sometimes. It's the best one I've ever tried. This is not sponsored. None of these products are sponsored. I just really like this purple shampoo. Sorry, I have my retainers in. I also use this medicated dandruff shampoo. It works so much better than Head and Shoulders for me. The active ingredient is coal tar, so it does make you smell like a resurfaced parking lot. You win some, you lose some. Just put a little bit of spritzy spritz of your favorite scent. It pretty much takes care of that. Then I use this hair mask currently, but whenever I run out, I pretty much just buy whatever's available at Sally Beauty. Usually I like something with coconut oil or argan oil. I also use this little tool thing. I have another one here. You just kind of like rub it into your head as you're shampooing, or you can do it on dry hair. It helps stimulate blood flow, helps get rid of dandruff. Anyways, that is my shower routine. Also, don't forget to take your biotin. I find when I don't take biotin, my hair tends to just break off like right here as opposed to growing to like this length, giving very much malnourished Labrador. You know, my coat is just dull, not as shiny as it could be. Every cosmetologist I've spoken to says biotin is bullshit, but I think that's bullshit. I think if you're deficient in a vitamin and then you supplement for that vitamin, you will no longer be deficient as long as you don't have absorption issues. But that's just my opinion. I just use this one. I buy it at TJ Maxx. I also don't think you need to spend like 50 bucks on that stupid like sugar bear hair thing just because it tastes good. It's all biotin. It's all the same. But yeah, that makes such a difference for me. So with my damp hair, I just take some of this leave-in conditioner. This is not even my favorite. This is actually my favorite, but I'm trying to use this up. So I just take this and squirt just like, I don't know, a bunch into my hand. And then I just kind of put it into the ends. I mean, I kind of go midway up though, to be fair. I just don't put it on my scalp or at the root. Then I kind of separate it into two sections. Oh my god, look at all the hair. I use this little homemade mix I made that's just castor oil and coconut oil. Maybe be careful with heavy oils like this if you have very fine hair. I definitely focus it mostly on the ends and like just a little bit up the hair shaft. If you have short hair, maybe just don't even do this at all. But obviously I'm trying to grow my hair really long. This really helps keep the ends moisturized. So I just take a little bit of that. There's hair in the Ziploc. And just kind of let it melt in my fingers and just kind of lightly put it on the ends. It doesn't smell particularly good. Castor oil is a little bit nasty, but I just put it through there. Get a little bit more for the other side. And I'm shedding like a pony. So after I do that, I wait for my hair to dry completely. In my experience, it will not curl if it's even a little bit damp. So because I do not use any heat on my hair, and I have not in 5 years because it gets so damaged and like frizzy, I don't even blow dry my hair. I literally use this fan you see behind me and I sit against it for like an hour, an hour and a half, 2 hours. But if I let it air dry, it takes like 5 hours to completely air dry. So I just sit against that fan for an hour or two, edit a video, read a book, play on my phone, whatever. It depends how close to the fan I'm sitting, how long it actually takes, but I'm going to appear when my hair is completely dry.
2 hours later.
Okay, so now that it is completely dry, it's a little bit tangled, so I'm just gonna take this detangler, mane and tail. I got it at Sally Beauty Supply. I see a bunch of people on TikTok with like 5 feet of hair using this. I just spray like 3 spritzes on one side, and then I brush starting from the very bottom. You do not want to brush starting from the top, especially when you have very long hair, because then all the tangles just bunch down at the bottom. So I just start down here and work my way up. It's really not that bad today. The huge amount of conditioner I use also helped. And then I take the other side, do 3 spritzes. I feel like a lot of people don't understand how long my hair actually is because I'm nearly 6 foot tall. I just checked, I'm like 2.5 feet long, and it's still not even close to like my belly button. I both love and hate being tall because to get my hair down to my ass, it has to be 4 feet long. Like, that is so insanely unfortunate. Okay, so as you can see, I have these like grown out bang pieces. I kind of just let those blend into my hair, but obviously when I had like full straight across bangs that I wanted to wear right on my forehead, I'll show you how you would do that. So So what I do next is I just kind of part my hair down the middle like this with this fine tooth comb, and then I just grab it in 2 equal parts. So now what you do if you wanted to wear your bangs just across your forehead when you wake up, take a hair tie and just kind of like collect them in the front and bunch them together so that they don't get included in the curls, and you would just leave those aside. But what I'm going to do is I kind of want them to blend into the curls as they are at that length now. So you're going to take a robe tie belt thing and just half it like this so it's even on both sides, and put it right on your head like that. They now have products that imitate what this does, which I think is the biggest ripoff. I've seen them all over TikTok after this became trendy. It's basically like a hard, like fabric covered metal rod thing, like not like heavy metal, but like wiry, uncomfortable, hard. It doesn't make any sense why someone would pay money for that when you can just get a fabric belt and it's so comfortable to sleep in and costs so much less. I don't understand. I hate capitalism. Anyway, what I do is I grab from the front over here, pull a piece of hair. Obviously most of this is like bangs, but that's okay. And you're going to wrap it over the robe tie and under like that so that it's coming back out on the side that you started. And then you're going to take a piece from the back. God, it takes so long to separate my hair. Okay, a piece from the back and do the same thing where you wrap it over and back under where it came from. Kind of detangle it with your fingers, and then you're just going to kind of continue that, grabbing more hair from each side like this, over, back under. And you want to like pull it kind of tight so that the curl is close to the root. You don't want a lot of like sagging hair that is left out. Pull a little bit more, finger comb. It's kind of like braiding, like French braiding, I guess. But the piece in the middle, which is the belt, obviously isn't moving much. And then that hair that just got added to it needs to kind of be pulled so that it's a curl that's close to the root. As we work our way down, this is the last bit of hair that I'm gonna grab from the front. I usually do pretty much just 3 additions of each side. So this is the 3rd one from the front piece. Tug it and then grab the last of the back piece and over, and then you tug it like that. Okay, and then you basically just twist it down from there. Really easy and self-explanatory. It might get a little bit tangled as you go, which is okay. Just like brush through it with your fingers. Oh, and also you will need 2 scrunchies. So you can wrap all the way to the bottom, or if you like having the ends straight, I know some people do, you can just stop like here, but I like having the curl go all the way down to the end. Then you're just gonna wrap it, hold it like this so that the hair is not unraveling. Take your scrunchie and just tie it off. I just wrap it around 3 times. That seems to be enough. You might need more or less depending on the width of your robe belt. So as you can see, my bangs can kind of go into the natural flow, if you will. But obviously if I had them sectioned off to the front, it would just be like a little whale spout ponytail at the front, if that makes sense. Okay, then I take this belt and I tug it this way. I don't know if this really does anything, but I like to think it adds a little more volume. So I take strand from the front again, and I'm just doing the same thing. I'll show this one to you as well though. Okay, so over the belt and back under. Section from the back. Over the belt and back under. And then grab more from the front. Over, back under. This is such a great hairstyle because I think using heat on your hair is so stupid and pointless, and it does not hold as well for me as heatless curls where they're like pressed into that position the entire time I'm sleeping. So that is the final piece, and as you go down and do this part where you're just finishing it off, you can space them farther apart like this if you want like looser curls. But I live in a very humid environment, and because of that I like to start off with really tight curls because they fall throughout the day. So now that I'm at the end of that one, I just take my scrunchie, tie it around 3 times, and we're done with that. Okay, so now this is the part where as I sleep, obviously my bangs will start to fall out because they're just not long enough. If you have bangs that are nowhere near able to get into those, you would just like push those back at this point, and you're gonna take a fabric headband and just put it on over the 2 little braid thingies. Pull them out like this. You can already see this is starting to come out, and you're just gonna put it over your head and just let it sit. Keep everything just pressed down because I have those shorter pieces. The very first night that I ever had bangs, I just tied this like I did before I had bangs, and I didn't use this headband to hold my bangs back. I just let them sit flat on my forehead all night. I woke up with the greasiest bangs because my skin is so oily, and as I sleep it just gets worse. Especially if you have oily skin, do not sleep with your bangs on your forehead. It just wrecks everything. Like, why even bother washing them? So you have this for insurance to make sure they do not touch your nasty greasy face, especially if you have like skincare or like moisturizer on your face or anything. Like, you don't want your hair in that. So next, what I do, I should turn around so you guys can see this. So if you didn't watch my first video, you take your two like this and you cross them like that. So they're now on the opposite side of where they started, if that makes sense. And then you're gonna just pull them like this and just tie them. If you did it evenly with as much belt on one side as the other, the lengths should be the same. And then just do bunny ears or however you want to knot it. Pull it tight like this. And because these little pieces are flopping everywhere all the time, I like to just tuck them into the loops and pull. Tuck and pull. I wrap my hands around and I feel for anything that's like not tucked in all the way. I'll show you. So I basically just feel for anything that's not quite tucked in. This happens if you're not pulling the hair taut as you add it to the strands. There's a loose piece right here that didn't get pulled in all the way. And then I just go to bed and I'll see you when I wake up. We're not going to just take this down. So you're just gonna do the reverse of what you just did before you went to bed. So you're just gonna do this and begin unraveling. So yeah, this is what it looks like when it's completely freshly taken down. But if you have bangs, this is at the point where you would pull them down from where you pressed them all night. And what I like to do was blow dry them down, but just the bang part. And then I would just spray some dry shampoo on it, comb it through, and then be done. So this is what it looks like from the back. It tends to separate into like two parts since it was two little braid things. So you're just gonna wanna run your fingers through it. Maybe work out this whole parting situation. I feel like with my bangs grown out, they look a little bit better when they're parted to the side, or like kind of like a no part sort of thing where it all just kind of goes back. I feel like in the middle, I look a little bit too much like a lion. Also, if you are not opposed to a side part, it does give you a little more volume. I also like to style my bangs like flat against my head with bobby pins now though. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So if they look kind of crazy one day, you can just take care of that. My bangs are not blending in as well to my hair as they did the other day. So what you're gonna do is just part it down the middle. Take the bangs from this left side, grab them, I just kind of finger comb them and then twist like this, push them down like that, and then just insert a bobby pin this way. And then you're gonna wanna do one the other direction. So like this. And then you're just gonna do the same to the other side. Find your bangs, twist. God, they're getting really long. They're almost halfway down the back of my head. Slide one pin in that way, and then this one in the other way. Obviously this one's sticking out a little bit. We don't want that. You can also use butterfly clips. That's what I did here. And just kind of ruffle this up to get a little more volume. And yeah, that is another way that I like to wear this currently. But once they grow out, I might stop doing this. I don't know. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this video or if you'd like to see anything similar. Also, if you have any questions about anything I'm doing or using, if it was not clear, please leave those down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, that is right here. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, that is right here. I will see you all next week for another video, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye guys.